Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today, we are going to talk about the Make in India Purchase Preference Policy for Class 1 local suppliers. This policy was launched by the Government of India in 2017 and aims to promote local manufacturing in the country. The Public Procurement Preference to Make in India Order 2017 revision dated 406.20 issued by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, Government of India shall be applicable. In this video, we will discuss the objectives of the policy and its impact on the Indian economy. Objectives of the Make in India Purchase Preference Policy for Class 1 local suppliers. The primary objective of the Make in India Purchase Preference Policy for Class 1 local suppliers is to promote local manufacturing and support small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, in the country. The policy seeks to give purchase preference to domestically produced goods from Class 1 local suppliers in government procurement tenders. This, in turn, is expected to boost domestic manufacturing and create job opportunities in the country. Local content. Local content means the amount of value added in India which shall, unless otherwise prescribed by the nodal ministry, be the total value of the item procured, excluding net domestic indirect taxes, minus the value of imported content in the item, including all customs duties, as a proportion of the total value, in percent. 1. Class 1 local supplier means a supplier or service provider whose goods, services or works offered for procurement meets the minimum local content as prescribed for Class 1 local supplier under this order. Generally, the local content to categorize a supplier as Class 1 local supplier is minimum 50%. 2. Class 2 local supplier means a supplier or service provider whose goods, services or works offered for procurement meets the minimum local content as prescribed for Class 2 local supplier, but less than that prescribed for Class 1 local supplier under this order. For Class 2 local supplier, the local content requirement is minimum 20%. 3. Non-local supplier means a supplier or service provider whose goods, services or works offered for procurement has local content less than that prescribed for Class 2 local supplier under this order. 4. Margin of purchase preference. The margin of purchase preference shall be 20%. 5. Margin of purchase preference means the maximum extent to which the price quoted by a Class 1 local supplier may be above the L1 for the purpose of purchase preference. Verification of location content. 1. The Class 1 local supplier, Class 2 local supplier, at the time of tender, bidding or solicitation shall be required to indicate percentage of local content and provide self-certification that the item offered meets the local content requirement for Class 1 local supplier, Class 2 local supplier, as the case may be. They shall also give details of the locations at which the local value addition is made. 2. In case of procurement for a value in excess of 10 crore rupees, the local supplier shall be required to provide a certificate from the statutory auditor or cost auditor of the company, in the case of companies, or from a practicing cost accountant or practicing chartered accountant, in respect of suppliers other than companies, giving the percentage of local content. 3. False declarations will be in breach of the Code of Integrity under Rule 175, 1, I, H, of the General Financial Rules, for which a bidder or its successors can be debarred for up to 2 years as per Rule 151, E, of the General Financial Rules, along with such other actions as may be permissible under law. 4. A supplier who has been debarred by any procuring entity for violation of this order shall not be eligible for preference under this order for procurement by any other procuring entity for the duration of the debarment. 5. Debarment of bidders. In respect of procuring entities other than the one which has carried out the debarment takes effect prospectively from the date of uploading of CPPP so that ongoing procurements are not disrupted. 6. Reciprocity clause. Entities of countries which have been identified by the nodal ministry, department as not allowing Indian companies to participate in their government procurement for any item related to that ministry, department shall not be allowed to participate in government procurement in India for all items related to that nodal ministry, department, except for the list of items published by the ministry, department permitting their participation. 7. The term entity of a country shall have the same meaning as under the FDI policy of DPIIT as amended from time to time. Implementation of the policy. Under the Make in India Purchase Preference Policy for Class 1 local suppliers, the government gives purchase preference to domestically produced goods from Class 1 local suppliers in government procurement tenders. A Class 1 local supplier is a supplier whose goods are produced locally and have a minimum domestic value addition of 50%. The preference is given in the form of price preference, where a higher weightage is given to domestic goods from Class 1 local suppliers during the price evaluation process. Among all qualified bids, the lowest bid will be termed as L1. 1. If L1 is Class 1 local supplier, the contract for full quantity will be awarded to L1. 2. If L1 bid is not a Class 1 local supplier, 50% of the order quantity shall be awarded to L1. Thereafter, the lowest bidder among the Class 1 local supplier will be invited to match the L1 price for the remaining 50% quantity subject to the Class 1 local supplier's quoted price falling within the margin of purchase preference, and contract for that quantity shall be awarded to such Class 1 local supplier, subject to matching the L1 price. 3. In case such lowest eligible Class 1 local supplier fails to match the L1 price or accepts less than the offered quantity, the next higher Class 1 local supplier within the margin of purchase preference shall be invited to match the L1 price for remaining quantity and so on, and contract shall be awarded accordingly. 4. In case some quantity is still left uncovered on Class 1 local supplier, then such balance quantity may also be ordered on the L1 bidder. 5. First purchase preference has to be given to the lowest quoting Class 1 local supplier, whose quoted rates fall within 20% margin of purchase preference, subject to its meeting the prescribed criteria for award of contract as also the constraint of maximum quantity that can be sourced from any single supplier. 6. If the lowest quoting Class 1 local supplier does not qualify for purchase preference because of aforesaid constraints or does not accept the offered quantity, an opportunity may be given to next higher Class 1 local supplier, falling within 20% margin of purchase preference, and so on. 7. Class 2 local supplier will not get purchase preference in any procurement undertaken by procuring entities. 8. Procurements where the estimated value to be procured is less than 5 lakh rupees shall be exempted from this order. However, it shall be ensured by procuring entities that procurement is not split for the purpose of avoiding the provisions of this order. 6. Impact of the policy. The Make in India purchase preference policy for Class 1 local suppliers has had a significant impact on the Indian economy. The policy has helped in promoting local manufacturing and supporting small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, in the country. The policy has also helped in improving the quality of domestically produced goods, making them more competitive in the global market. The policy has also generated significant employment opportunities in the country. Challenges faced by the policy. Despite its success, the Make in India purchase preference policy for Class 1 local suppliers has also faced certain challenges. One of the key challenges is the lack of awareness and capacity building among small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, to take advantage of the policy. The government is taking steps to address these challenges and provide a conducive environment for domestic manufacturing. In conclusion, the Make in India purchase preference policy for Class 1 local suppliers has been instrumental in promoting local manufacturing and supporting small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, in the country. While there are challenges, the government is committed to addressing them and making India a self-reliant nation. Thank you for watching.